in my life I've got someone who needs me, someone I've needed so long. For once I'm afraid I can go where life leads me, and somehow I know I'll be strong. For once I can touch what my heart used to dream of long before I knew. Someone warm like you could make my dreams come true. For once in my life I won't let sorrow hurt me, not like it's hurt me before. For once I have someone I know won't desert me, I'm not alone anymore. For once I can say this is mine, you can't take it. As long as I know I've got love, I can make it. For once in my life, I got someone who needs me. This is mine, you can't take it. Long as I know I got love, I can make it. For once in my life, I got someone. For once in my life, I found someone. For once in my life, I got someone who needs me.
I found Mandy on Yahoo, and I saw her picture and she was really cute, so I contacted her.
Asa emailed me, and I just couldn't believe it because he was like, whoa, this guy is perfect, so he's probably not. But I thought, okay, we'll leave it God's hands, we'll just write him back and see what happens.
And I asked her to go out and have coffee with me.
2 weeks later, we had our first date.
First saw each other, it was at Olive Garden. And I got there first.
I saw him and I actually just pretended I didn't see him because I had this big crush on him before I even went.
And I saw her just when she walked in.
And I could not, I would have trembled or something if I just, acknowledged him and walked over. So.
And she glanced right at me.
Even though I kind of knew what he looked like from one picture. And, then I waited and he did the wave thing.
And then she slowly came over to me.
It gave me a second to get a deep breath.
And she had this little box of
chocolate chip cookies.
Mandy gave me this face, and she completely
clammed up. And now he says, "I can't believe I said that."
Oh, this is not a good start to our first date.
By the time we got to our table, we were still a little tense. And then we had this
bad waiter,
who wasn't bad, but was kind of funny.
Got to make fun of the waiter, so that kind of took all the pressure off me. And then Mandy started opening up again.
Just kind of lightened the mood, and he told me stories about his family, and it was just comfortable, and I think that was the best.
I think right when I met Mandy and we had our first meal, I was just really excited, and I wanted to get to know her better.
And the fourth date, we went to a big dance.
And one of my coworkers who I worked with kind of put me on the spot, so he's like, "Oh, so you guys are like boyfriend, girlfriend?"
And we're looking at each other.
And look back, and the guy's like, "Oh, this is kind of awkward." And we both really wanted it, and we were both so excited. And
then by New Year's Eve, we were boyfriend and girlfriend. But I just feel so lucky to have found somebody who's just so much of what I am. I laid in bed so many nights thinking, is there really that guy out there? And I made a list, and you know what? He fulfills everything on there, and I don't know how I could ever find somebody anybody else who would fit me the way that he does. He's just so, the way he makes me feel is so wonderful. Barkley, my dog, started to go over and sniff somewhere, and he's like,
"Mandy, what's Barkley looking at over there?"
And it was the box that I had given him the cookies in on the first date.
perfectly on cue, he went over to the little box.
And so then I'm like, oh my, and I feel him shudder a little bit. Shudder, like just a little, and I'm like, okay, no, but it still can't be. But it might be, and I'm freaking out, and I don't know what to do.
And then she was beginning to get excited.
So I open him up, and okay, I don't see anything. And he's like, take a bite of the cookies. And I'm like, uh-oh, I might choke on a ring or something. So I take a bite, and...
But then there was no ring. So then she's like, yeah, I'm just gonna write this moment off.
Okay, it's okay. So I put that away. Everything's okay. So then we're just sitting there a little bit and talking, and he kind of went over, you know, our whole story and what I meant to him.
And then we had went to a
Renaissance festival, and I bought him this little stick with feathers on it to tickle me, because that's one of his favorite activities.
I do like to tickle her occasionally.
He goes and gets that and tickles me, and I'm like, yeah, tickle, tickle.
And what I did is I hid the ring on the little tickle wand. I kept tickling her every once in a while, and then playing with the dog with it, and I figured she'd see the sparkle of the diamond in there, but...
So then he tickles me again, and then he starts moving down to my ring finger and tickling it, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I threw that away again. That doesn't mean anything. He's teasing me because that's, again, is another favorite activity of his.
Oh, well, I'm just going to play some more, so I tickled her little...
And finally he goes, I think I see something in the feathers, so I look down.
Eventually she saw the ring.
And I'm like, whoa! Because I saw the sparkles.
And then she said, is it real? And I was like, of course it is, but she meant, is this moment real? Because I kind of had, you know, teased her a little bit and built it up.
And gosh, he told me that my favorite thing was that
basically I could live with you.
Just recently he knew he couldn't live without me.
And then she said, yes, finally. So after she asked me a couple of questions and sort of deflected it, she was able to say yes. But it was beautiful because she was so excited, and it was such a surprise for her, and that's what I wanted for her.
It was the most exciting time of my life. It really was. Just happy everywhere I went. And I waited a week before I told my parents, which was very hard, but oh, it was just wonderful.
You know, every time I look into your eyes and see the sparkle and the glow of your cheeks and everything, I just love spending time with you. We've always had great times together, and you've been a tremendous blessing from God. You really complete me, you know, spiritually and mentally and physically. I'm just so excited for our life together. And all the simple moments, you always make me just so happy. It doesn't have to be anything big, just spending a simple, you know, moment together is just beautiful. I love you so much.
Oh, gosh. Ace, I just love your smile. When I look at you, I just feel so good and just so right. And even when I'm mad at you, I just feel so good being around you and so safe in your arms and just like I fit, like a puzzle piece. I just love the way you make me a better person, a healthier person, a more spiritual person. You bring out the best in me, and I just can't thank you enough for that.